Hola, mi amigos, and welcome to the Sir Gladiator Show. I'd like to take this opportunity to point out that this coming Monday, there's going to be on SyFy at 10 p.m. an episode of Lost Girls that you are probably going to want to see. I hope you're going to end up enjoying it as much as the previews and such make it appear that we are all going to be enjoying it, because this episode appears to be featuring heavily uh, the what I would call the newest and greatest couple on television today, and the hottest new couple on television today, it's fair to say, Bo and Tamsin. Now, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the TV series Lost Girl, but if you are not, basically, it's on the SyFy network, so you can figure out that there is sci-fi involved, with supernatural characters. But there's a certain overarching theme that has sort of, it's in its third season now, and ever since the first season, there's sort of been this whole thing, uh, Team Lauren and Team Dyson. It's very much like the Twilight series, and if you're like me, you didn't watch that one, and with very good reason. And they've sort of had a takeoff on that. Team Lauren being known perhaps more famously as Doccubus, something that I've been a fan of for as long as the series has run going into this season, and I've enjoyed them in the season as well. But now they've finally done something that I guess the Twilight series never did, and I only say I guess because I didn't watch it, wouldn't watch something like that. I mean, come on, right? But uh, from what I would understand of that, they basically sort of stuck with the same two individuals for, competing for the girl, you know, throughout the whole thing, right? Uh, I guess that's what they did. Um, it appears that the Lost Girl folks have decided to, or may have decided to go a superior route, a route that is clearly superior, and hopefully they have chosen it. They brought in a new character by the name of Tamsen, who is, to put it simply, uh, the sort of a combination of the best of both Dyson and Lauren, all rolled into one with, an extra layer or two of uniqueness, coolness, and awesomeness that is entirely her own. I mean, this is a very unique and great character, uh, you know, and it's been quite a pleasant surprise, because if you have been watching season three, she wasn't even in uh, the first episode, wasn't in the episode the other day, uh, but she is the newest major character on the show, and certainly the best major character on the show, not counting Bo herself. I don't think there's really any question about that. Um, I know that there are some uh, folks who are sort of steadfastly holding loyal to team so and so, no matter how awesome Tamsin is. But I think those numbers are dwindling, and they're going to continue to dwindle as long as things keep going the way they have been going. If you noted in particular episodes 3 and 6. Now, for me, when I watched episode 3, I sort of thought it was like, sort of like, this isn't really going anywhere. This is just like a tease. It basically doesn't count. But then when you saw episode number 6, you really saw, hey, this is something that we should be taking seriously. You can't get inside the writers' heads. You don't know if they're really taking it seriously, but you see that they should be, and it seems like they may very well be, because here is this character, Tamsen, who starts out, you might say, a bit annoying, but then you quickly get to know her, and she's sort of complex, interesting, and you see that she's not this, annoying, cold-hearted character that you sort of get the impression that she's going to be. Far from it. This is someone who starts out with you can say, an antagonistic relationship with Bo. I don't know exactly how much of this I need to go into detail on, but if you've watched it, you know that she had every reasonable reason to have that attitude, because Bo was sort of under the influence, as it were, of something, without going into too many of the technical details and whatnot, that was causing her to behave in a way that was suspicious, to say the least. So it's not like, here's this person being mean to Bo for no reason. It's like, here's this person being mean to Bo. She's investigating Bo for attempting to kill someone. And in fact, Bo actually did nearly kill that person. And it was not her fault. It was the result of this process this thing that she's going through, that neither she nor anyone knew she was going through. And but anyway, she certainly looked like a guilty, homicidal, crazy person to Tamsen, and she sort of treated her accordingly. And so that was the start of their relationship, an inauspicious beginning. But that was, in the second episode. But in the third episode, again, without going into too many details, I don't know how many of you know the ins and outs of the show and don't. But let's say that Bo and Tamsin were, to put it simply, under the influence of something that basically let their guard down and caused them to discuss their true feelings toward one another. And as you saw, they were much more positive. Basically, it sort of caused Tamsen to, it seemed to cause her to not really remember the whole investigation thing, and just basically focus on Bo, who she is, and how she felt about her. And then the same for Bo, being investigated by Tamsen. She seemed to sort of remember that, but she seemed to basically get over it, right? When she said, I can't believe that I ever thought that you didn't like me, and Tamsen, did not respond as if she was talking about some sort of investigation. She said, I don't think that I was supposed to like you because I'm a Valkyrie, and Tamsen's a Valkyrie, and Bo is a Succubus. Now, are Valkyries and Succubus or Succubi, I guess would be the better word for that, are they supposed to not get along? Generally speaking, I mean, that's sort of one of the mysteries. We don't really know the answer to that, I don't think. I don't, anyway. But And for whatever the reason, she was not supposed to like Bo, but she does. Uh, that was, they both basically admitted that they like each other, but that was while under the influence of something, and that influence ended by the time that episode ended. And so now they're back to sort of acting like they don't really like one another. And Tamsen went back to investigating Bo and trying to prove she was guilty, blah, blah, blah. But then episode number 6 came around, and Tamsen really showed her true character, basically showed that her character was real, that it was not, hey, I was under the influence, that wasn't really me. That she showed that really is her. She really is a good-hearted person who cares deeply about Bo. She showed that by breaking her out of the cell that her friends had put her in, because her friends basically thought she was crazy. And she was the only one that believed Bo, and of course she was right to believe her. And she broke her out of there and helped her to rescue one of her friends who was missing. Her other friends didn't believe her, didn't know that that particular friend was missing, because there was a bad character pretending to be that friend. Again, I don't know how many of you watching really know the score, and do not know the score. I don't want to go into too many details and get anybody lost, but or wasting anybody's time if you already know the score. But basically, she encouraged Bo to quote unquote feed on her, which of course in this show is not a bad thing. To be fed on by Bo is to it means that in this case it meant make out with her, and in other cases it means to sleep with her. In this particular case it meant they made out. So that's what happened there, and that recharged Bo, and she was then able, with Tamsen's help, to save her friend Kenzie, and everyone was happy. It was a great happy ending, and then after that, it was after that Tamsen then solved the case. She solved the case. She got what she had been looking for all along, evidence that would put Bo away. I presume it would have led to her execution. She got that evidence, and she hid the evidence. She did not use it. So this is, she turned on her boss, who was the head of the Dark Fae, which I guess closest thing to say is she's the head of the bad guys, and Tamsen was working for her. It seemed to be against her will, but she was working for the sort of the head of the bad guy group who wanted Bo dead, and she could have given her Bo on a silver platter, and instead she has risked the wrath of the Morrigan. The Morrigan is the leader of the bad guy group, the Dark Fae. She risked that to protect Bo. And so that really shows you just how far down her walls have come. The walls that show, that are hiding her true feelings for Bo. And as a Doccubus fan, I've always preferred Bo with Lauren and Dyson, but now that Tamsen has come along, it's really no contest. There's no comparison. Tamsen is so much better than Dyson or even Lauren that if we're talking about teams, I would be on what you could call it Team Tamsen or Team Valkubus, Valkyrie, succubus, Valkubus. You know, so as a Valkubus fan, I'm very much looking forward to this upcoming episode, which is episode number 8 of the 3rd season. I'm hoping that it will be awesome and filled with great Valkubus moments. I hope that, I mean, I don't mean to be negative about Doccubus or anything. It's been great for a long time, but I think that now it would be nice to sort of start to sort of move Doccubus and what they call DyBo, which is Bo and Dyson, is sort of move that away. Just get rid of all of that, and let's get on with Valkubus, which is just such a huge improvement over either of them. Again, I know that there are still some who are on either of those two camps, and it's not like I have any disrespect for either Dyson or Lauren. They're both darn good characters, and I don't wish either of them unhappiness. Certainly, there's an easy road to happiness for Dyson, and that is with Kenzie. It seems like they are sort of headed in that direction, or they have been over the course of the season. Sort of gravitating toward each other more and more. As for Lauren, I don't know, and maybe she could sort of share Bo with Tamsen for a while before finally realizing, hey, there's more fish in the sea, and then she can find another fish. I mean, there's it's not like there's no other alternatives out there. And we have a new love interest for Bo here in the form of Tamsen. They can bring in someone for Lauren. She could go with somebody else who's already on the show. I mean, whatever. So again, it's not a criticism of either of these characters. Again, they're both fine, but Tamsen is just so awesome, and the chemistry that Tamsen and Bo have together make them definitely, as I said before, TV's newest and hottest couple. They are awesome. Valkubus is certainly the greatest thing going on Lost Girl, and I hope to see a whole lot more of it, and hopefully that will be starting with the upcoming episode number 8 of season number 3, which airs this coming Monday night at 10 p.m. on the SyFy network. That would be 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And I encourage everyone to watch and hopefully enjoy it. Hopefully it's going to be great. There is a fair amount of reason to believe that it could be great from the promos that we have seen, the video, as well as the photos that we have seen of the promotions. A lot of suggestion that Valkubus fans could be real happy with this episode. I'm certainly hoping for the best, and again, I encourage everyone to watch, because Valkubus is awesome. And with that, I say thank you for watching the Sir Gladiator Show, and have a great day.